Hi guys, welcome back. This is your average Pokemon trainer here with another Wi-Fi battle for you. Now today, I don't need to go through the introductions. It's me versus Dino. You should get accustomed to this already. You're gonna see this a lot. This is my boy Dino, Duncan, aka Dino. Now, I told Dino I had a new team, and he said, "You got a new team already? I got a new team too. Let's test out each teams on each other." I was like, "Okay, sure." I'm bringing back the same team that I wrecked Mark's face with, which is Saw Off, which is my Scarf Sawak, Banded, Pidgeot, a bulky Vaporeon, special defense Heatran, defensive Torterra, and timid Gardevoir. Now he is running a Roselia. He is running a Go-Go, shiny Go-Go, which is pretty damn cool. Was looking forward to battling that. Haven't seen one. He has a Scissors, possibly his Mega, Sableye, annoying as piss, Jellicent, and he has his Mamasoin, which he calls Bebop, which is pretty cool. Which is a pretty cool nickname. Well, without further ado, don't need me to get into more details. Let's get into the battle. Dino is issuing a challenge. Now he opts to leave with Bebop. I know this, and I go straight into my Sawak. My Sawak is Scarf. He's in a predicament, and I go straight for the close combat, and I realize this thing has the sash. Mostly Mama Swines do carry the sash, and his did. He goes to the Earthquake. But the thing is, I have a built-in sash as well. I live in my sturdy, and he goes to the Ice Shard and takes me out, which was very bad on my part. Could have switched out there, saving my Sawak, but I just left it in for Darth Vader at this point. I go into my Gardevoir, knowing that I can outspeed this thing. I trace his thick back, and I get up the Mega Evolution, Mega Evolve all in his face, like I usually do, like usually everybody does. And I go for the safe Psychic, and I take him out. Goes into his Scissors now, and I am fearing the Bullet Punch, so I switch out into my Heatran, special defensive Heatran, and he takes his opportunity to Mega Evolve in my face, and he goes into Shiny Mega Scissors. I don't really like Shiny Mega Scissors. I prefer regular Mega Scissors. It doesn't really appeal to me. The lime green is not working for it, in my opinion. But I said each to their own, I guess. He goes for that safe Bullet Punch. Heatran just swallows it up. I go for the safe Lava Plume to get damage on the Mega Scissors. He brings in his Jellicent. Knowing this, I said I can go for Toxic. Toxic on Jellicent is always recommended because this thing is bulky. I know he can take a Skull, so that's why I went for the Toxic. As I told you before, I'm special defensive. I can take those hits. I can't take it as well as I should, but I take it good enough so I can get off the Toxic and leave him with a status to wear him down. He goes in. I go into my Vaporeon knowing that he's going to go for another Skull. I have the Water Absorb. That doesn't affect me. And the poison is racking up on him. He doesn't want to take any more poison damage. He switches out his Jellicent, and he switches in his Roserade. I don't want to deal with this Roserade, so I go for the Wish here. Knowing that he was going to switch out, I thought he was going to go for the Shadow Ball, so I went for the Wish Protect. Just to see what he was going to do. I go into my Heatran, knowing that I can go into this right now. He goes for the Sleep Powder. Forgetting this thing does carry Sleep Powder, which was kind of bad at this point. But Heatran is just there to take hits, so I wasn't really worried about that. I took that. I got the Wish Pass off. I got my health back up, and he's back in with his Um, Jellison. Now with Heatran, I know I could take a hit with Heatran. I think I stay in here and try to burn at least a couple turns of sleep while he uses. I thought he was going to use Scald there, but he uses Recover, which was good for me. The better move was Scald, but hey, he knows how much Scald does on my Heatran, so he went for the Recover, the safe Recover instead. But I burned more sleep turns, and now he goes to the Scald. I know I can take that. The poison damage is now going to take a toll on him. I wake up, I go for the Protect, so I can burn more turns, so I can get more damage off of the Scald. He goes to the Hex. It doesn't do anything, as I told you before, I Protect, but then he reveals he has a Citrus Berry. He goes back up, doesn't bother me. I said I don't want to take another Scald, so I switch out into my Vaporeon, knowing that the Scald is coming, and he goes for the safe Scald. Water Absorb takes its effect, does nothing to me. At this point in time, he doesn't want to stay in any longer, knowing that Vaporeon walls his Jellicent 100%. He goes into his Sableye. I use Wish again, knowing that he doesn't want to stay in and the poison is racking up on him. I switch back out, knowing to my Heatran, knowing that the poison is the Will-O-Wisp is coming, but he opts to go for the knockoff. But it really didn't bother me because he didn't knock off anything important, because I only carried a Citrus on this Heatran. So I go for the Toxic, which was pretty fun at this point. I have two of his main walls Toxic at this point, so those walls are not going to be standing around too long in the match. And I can take care of them pretty much easily with Protect, stalling them out, or Wish stalling them out with Vaporeon. So he goes back into his Jellicent. At this point in time, the Toxic's taking a toll on him. But I go for the Lava Plume, knowing that he's going to go for the Recover. I know this thing carry Recover, so I go for the Lava Plume, but it does a pitiful amount. He gets off the Recover, and he's back up to a respectable amount of health. I go for the Protect here, wasting a turn, so the poison starts to rack up his damage. He tries to go for the Hex, doesn't get it. I know that this is coming out, and I go out into my Vaporeon, so you know how it is, back and forth between Vaporeon, Sableye, and my Heatran, and I'm just walling his team pretty well with this whole set. Vaporeon takes hits like a beast it should, and it takes hits pretty well. I go for the Wish. As I told you, I wish stall at him. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp on my Vaporeon, which is the best move at this point in time that he had for that residual damage before he died to poison, and he dies off. And I successfully stalled out the Jellicent as long as I possibly could. Now the burn damage is racking up on me now, since he got me burned and he goes out here and Scissors. I go for Protect just to see what this thing's gonna do. He goes for the Brick Break, knowing that's good information for me, because Brick Break could have done a lot to my Heatran, and since I got that information from him, that was really good that I did go for the Protect. I stay in knowing that I didn't stay in knowing that he was going to switch out. He switched out into his Go-Go. I switched out into my Heatran now, knowing that he's not gonna stay in. I was gonna stay in, but you know what I did? I double predicted him, and I go into my Heatran, which was a good idea. And I'm in my Heatran, and he's into his Go-Go, which is good for me, bad for him. But the Go-Go does have decent bulk that did absolutely dick haul to a super effective hit on a Go-Go. That did absolutely nothing. This is pretty much bulky Go-Go, and I said I can't deal with that. I go into my Smidgeyacht, and he goes for that milk drinking action, get himself back up to full, Pidgeot is banned at this point, but he doesn't know this. I go for that Brave Bird, and look how much this Brave Bird's gonna do. It's gonna wreck his soul, right? It's gonna wreck his soul. Oh, Go-Go goes down. I do like the shiny Go-Go, by the way, but it had to die. And Pidgeot's gonna kills. So he goes into his scissors. I don't really want to switch out at this point. My walls are pretty much taking a beating because of the stall earlier, so I opted to go for the more damage. It does an okay amount. It doesn't do as much as I wanted it to. So basically, I left Pidgeotto in for pseudo death fodder at this point. So that's what I did. He goes for the bullet punch, and I get taken out after the +1. Now, knowing that he has this bullet punch plus the brick break, he goes for another bullet punch. I don't know why he didn't go for the brick break there. He thought my Vaporeon was coming in, but I tricked him and going straight for the Heatran. Heatran gets off the lava pool, taking out his scissors, and now the only thing else left he had in his team is the Roserade, and I pretty much can take this on. But he's gonna be a dick about winning. He's gonna make it hard for me to take his soul. So he goes for the sleeping powder, and at this point in time, I only have Vaporeon here, and I don't want anyone else coming and take anything else that this Roserade is dishing out. So I just regrets to stay in. Oh, this is not his. Oh yeah, he still has Sableye. Well, this Sableye is pretty much crippled at this point. I think that wasn't the best play. I think that was the best play at this point that he had made, switching out his Sableye. But his Sableye is severely crippled because of the poison, and all I have to do is stall this thing, and this thing is just going to die, basically. Goes for the foul play. I go for the protect, just to rack up the poison damage, and it's basically a stall. This whole game was a stall, basically. But yeah, he goes for the foul play this time. Just seeing how much this did. This did at least a decent amount. I use a roar. I don't want to take any more damage. I go back into the Roserade, seeing if I could get at least a little bit more damage on it until I think. But I switch out to my Torterra, knowing that the Sleep Powder is coming. But he opted to go to the Leaf Storm, knowing I'm going to switch out. But he thought I was going to switch out to my Vaporeon. I don't take the Leaf Storm well because Torterra is part ground and it's neutral damage state, and it does a lot to Torterra, so I opted to go back into my Heatran to become the Death Fodder, and he goes for the Sludge Bomb, but it doesn't affect me. Now I'm in a good position to go for that Lava Plume now, and he doesn't want none of that with his Roserade, so I go for the Toxic here, but it fails. I don't know why. I think that was a mistake on my part. I keep forgetting that Roserade is part toxic, part poison, so I don't think that was the wisest play. I go into my Vaporeon this time now, knowing that I could take the foul play. I take the foul play, I take it very well, and I go for the wish, I think, right here, so I could get another wish pass off on my Heatran, because I do need Heatran. I don't really think I need Vaporeon this match. Vaporeon did what he needed to do. He has this and Roserade, so I think Vaporeon was the best thing to let die at this situation, so I can get off a wish to my Heatran, so I could be in better standings to deal with the Roserade. So that's what I do. I go get a wish off. I go into my Heatran, and he withdrew, thinking that he can't get nothing done with the thing. The wish could bring me back up to full, and we could be here for another little while. I do get the wish up. Heatran is back in the game. I go for the protect, knowing that he could go for the Sleep Powder. goes for the Giga Drain instead, and I think he said that was a mistake on his part. He was going for Sleep Powder, but he ended up going for Giga Drain. But yeah, I protect it either way. I go for the Lava Plume. Lava Plume does a decent amount to the Sableye. Doesn't do as much as it is to take it out. And the poison does a little bit more, but you know how Sableye is. It's going to start trying to recover stall me. And I go for the second Lava Plume, seeing if I could do a little bit more. Toxic stalling him, and this is what's going to be going on for the rest of the match. Basically, Toxic stall to recover stall, and I'm trying to stall me out, but I'm going to win this stall in the end because I have the Toxic on him, and he doesn't have any status on me. So that makes me in a better position right now at this point in time. So I can go for as much Lava Plumes as I want. And yeah, and get a critical hit, because you were just asking to get a critical hit there. But still, at this point in time, I won the match. There wasn't really much he can do here. Could have gone for the Sleep Powder. Thankfully, I avoid the attack. He tried being a boss, and I get off the Lava Plume. And at this point in time, Dino already knew that he lost the match, but he still wanted to go for the Sleep Powder, and he misses the Sleep Powder for the second time. I didn't think that really mattered in the long run. I would have just waked up and killed him, because Roserade couldn't do really anything else to me. So that 2 hats has just speeded up the process. So this one was pretty long, guys, but I hope you still enjoy the match. Dino, as I said, this is going to be a regular occurrence. Me and Dino going at it all the time, every time. But I hope you guys enjoy, and leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't. And till next time, guys, thanks for watching.